Hello everybody, I'm back to mess up with this Gumby painting we did yesterday with Terry. She just left, but I think I'm going to mess up a little more with this painting and make this recording as a follow-up to the project we did. As you can see, the background wash was kind of messy, I'll say, because I tried to make like a rainbow, but it's very how to say, kind of muddy. So I try to unify it. Okay, here's the second piece we did. It's a much better background, I think, with a much subtle color for the rainbow effect. But this one doesn't work because this is my first time. I'm going to make it look like this. This is what we call the heavy color style of Gumby. This is like a light color. If this is transparent style, this would be the opaque style. So most of the color could be opaque in this case. As you can see on this photo, on this cover, this part is transparent still, I think. But this background is very solid, very decorative style. I've seen many contemporary Gumby artists, as well as the ancient time, the courts in the Song Dynasty maybe already did this heavy. In landscape, we may call it the 大青绿, the greater 青绿, blue and green style. So I'm using this mineral blue to make a sky. I don't wet the canvas silk, just for precision. So there's no smearing. The fully controlled way. So you have to be very careful. You can use a small pointed brush to paint the contour. Then you just use like a hacky brush to do the flowering, But I just try to use one brush with a combination brush, so I can do the whole thing with. Here's a thing you want to merge something like gradually. It's kind of hard, so maybe I just make it extend that to the edge, or that's okay. Like a cut branch, just a rough edge there. So basically I cover the edge with a careful line. Then I just do the flat wash. Or paint. Just like painting wall. You want to make it even. this will cover up all the colors, but it does show through. Some I can see some yellow, some red, some blue underpainting. So as a preparation, the rainbow wash under it really prepared this, so it will be not it will not look like a dead. This one is not dead. You can see dark and light, So like a dead flat wash, it would be not good idea, I think. So some color, like this tea color. I tried to cover everything with the burnt tea color before I did this. Just try to harmonize it, make it look like an antique painting, but still, the tea is not opaque enough to harmonize it. So I decided to go to seek opaque color. I was thinking that if this did not work, I can even use acrylic gold or bronze or that kind of metallic color to cover the whole thing. It would be an interesting effect also, just like opposite complementary color of the greens. A warm background would be also a good idea. So if the blue does not work, I will do that. In Chinese painting, blue and green has no, they're very close friends, usually apply both. Just like on the feather of a peacock, you can see the reflection of blue or green on the same feather. So blue and green really goes together. And you can see some yellow showing up. That makes it greener here. I just got all this dried tube, so I cut open the dried tube. Don't throw away those tube, and just put them in a container or saucer or anything, and put some water. I put some sponge, with it, so it will keep it moist. Okay, I see some color change. They might be different, so I should keep consistent. There's 4, maybe more shades of blues, like maybe the consistency. So the lesson here is that we should make enough color so they stay the same. I like to maybe just try another approach, so I don't get lost in the consistency. So I just cover the whole thing roughly. I then go to touch up those contours. Let's see what we can do. This is blue. So I have to kind of balance out. So we just do the empty space. There are many ways to do it, I guess. Just make it even, flat. Oops, that's no good. The chunk. Okay, I'll show the result when I'm done. Hello, I'm back to finish touch this gardenia. The blue and the green effect works. Actually, I applied only the blue, but there's yellows underneath. That shows some green and purple as well. It looks pretty. I'm going to reinstate the last detail I want to show you. The butterfly, I will use this Macron water resist pen. This is what I've used in the beginning. You can see I hold the pen as if I'm holding a knife. I mean a brush, sorry. So this give me the same kind of stroke, bone stroke. Okay, maybe I should touch a little bit color, just a little bit. It's hairy, the body and the fluffy on the wing, butterfly wing. So use dry brush will help. Yeah, looks good. I'm going to mount it so the color will be even brighter. I could use more colors like gold to highlight the leaves and the flowers, that kind of thing. My signature actually is blurred, but I think it's okay, still readable. I can use gold also if you want to make it really stand out. But I think the focus is this, and they're fine. So I'm not going to mess up more. Although you can, to make a more decorative effect, such as this one. So we have explored on this painting all the possibilities. I think you can see that the background, we start with a transparent wash, then we did the opaque wash to cover it up like this. So this is the end result. There is some butterfly steps, like a outline, then shading with ink, shading with transparent color, and some opaque color. So we covered all the basics in this lesson, and we also explored the contemporary style like a watercolor style, which is more transparent versus the opaque style, more traditional style, whichever you like. Please try both, and I'll see you in the class. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.